This is the Casio AMW320D combination dive watch, digital watch. So it's a dive watch that's got digital there at the bottom. They call this one the Arnie because Arnold Schwarzenegger wore it in a couple of movies back in the 90s. And this is a vintage watch from the 90s. You can still get them pretty cheap on eBay. I think it's one of the best values in an interesting watch that you can still get for under $100 on eBay used. So it is traditional dive style. Bezel goes both ways and does not have a screw down crown, and it's only rated to 100 meters underwater. And then down at the bottom here, you've got your digital interface there where you can see I've got the January 2nd on there. You can switch it out to an alarm, and then it's got the time. Then it's got a countdown timer if you wanted to, like if I was cooking, simultaneously cooking soup and trying to do a watch review, I could put that on to keep track of how long my soup's going to cook. And then you've got another time. And the interesting thing on this watch is they've somehow hooked up the mechanical mechanism to the digital so that it syncs up your seconds to make them in sync. Like right now it's 40 seconds. You see the hand is on 40, 42, 43, 44, 45. So it syncs up the hand with the digital, and then eventually they get out of sync and you have to sync them up again. But I just thought that was a cool touch. And then back to the beginning. So that's it, pretty simple. This one was cased in Malaysia with the Japanese movement. So the real OG cool guy one, if you want to get one of these and get the most coveted one, has, instead of two buttons here, it's got one over here and one over here. That's the original Japanese versions. And then they farmed it out to be made in other places and have gone with two buttons up here. But still good quality watch. I've had this thing since the 90s, worn it regularly. I've never gone diving with it. I believe now if I took it underwater, it'd get flooded. I'm sure the rubber's pretty old, so I have no intention of doing that with it. But like when my son wanted a watch, I got him one of these used for $45 on eBay. On this one, this is a good example. This gives you a good look at how rugged it is because, let's see if we can see the scratches. You can see the scratches here, and there's some scratches in the plastic. So this is either plastic or mineral crystal, and it definitely has some scratches in it. So that's the weak point of this watch. It's a little bit higher than the bezel, and it definitely can get scratched up if you're not careful with it. Other than that, pretty good rugged looking watch, and gets a lot of attention because it's weird. It's this weird gold color. They made some that weren't gold, but I think the gold is the best looking one. So it'll get attention from watch people. I don't know if you'll meet the woman of your dreams wearing this thing or if she'll even care about the watch. But if you want to impress watch guys or have an interesting conversation piece vintage watch, go on eBay, look up AMW-320D. Maybe look up Arnie, Casio Arnie watch. That's what they call it after Arnold Schwarzenegger. So there you go. Vintage watch review of the day. Now let's make some soup.